we talked, Rob, in the first hour about how Jaylen Brown was snubbed. There's really no other way to look at it. When you don't put Jaylen Brown on the Olympic team and instead put his lesser teammate, with all due respect to Derek White, but we know that Jaylen Brown is a star and Derek White is not. And they put Derek White on the team over Jaylen Brown. But the reason, of course, that they had to do that was because Kawhi Leonard, after practicing for a week or so with Team USA, the Clippers brass was there watching. Clippers coach Ty Lue is on the coaching staff. They're watching, obviously. And it was determined by all of them that Kawhi, it's better for him and the Clippers if he continues to rehab his knee instead of playing on Team USA. And Rob, if anybody was surprised at this decision or that this is the way things ended for Kawhi this summer, I don't know where you've been. I don't know where you've been. Look, Kawhi Leonard is a future Hall of Famer. Kawhi Leonard is one of the best players of this era. But I don't know how, if they wanted to give him, as you said earlier, the honor of being invited to be on Team USA, okay, I understand that. But outside of that, Rob, like for basketball reasons, for his best interest, for the Clippers' best interest, for the NBA's best interest, I don't know how in the world anybody could have thought it was a good idea to have Kawhi Leonard on this team. And I think it's darn near the same thing for Joel Embiid. When guys can't stay healthy during the season and there appears to be a wear and tear issue with them, because Kawhi played 68 games this year, it's most in like 7 years. But when the real important games came along, the playoffs, he wasn't able to go. He's only able to play 2 games. And it was essentially the same thing last year, right? I mean, he did only play 2 playoff games last year. So it seems like unfortunately, at this point in his career, there may be only a certain number of games in Kawhi Leonard's body. And when that's the case, I don't think he needs to be playing in the Olympics. And so I think it's the best move for the Clippers, for Kawhi, for the NBA. I think we can still win with or without him. So I just think from the get-go, Rob, it didn't make any sense to have Kawhi on the team.
Yeah, I think it was an honor, Chris. I do. I mean, otherwise, the most obvious thing would be I was hurt last year. I couldn't even play. I barely played in the playoffs. It doesn't make sense to rush myself back and play in this, Chris, when you could take the rest of the time and be ready for the NBA season. But because he was never a member, right, of an Olympic team, I think that's why they pushed to say, because remember, Kawhi had a good year, Chris, when he played the first 60 games.
He's great. His game ain't an issue.
Right.
You know that.
But I'm just saying, and I think that's why. And again, he's going to go down as being like a guy who was picked for the team. And I don't know if he gets a gold medal, you know what I mean? Because he couldn't play.
That's a good question. I think he does. Yes, no, but I'm not sure.
I'm going to say yes. If you're injured, Chris, and you were on the team and they feel like you can't play, I bet you he's going to get one.
I would think that might be the case. I certainly believe that would be the case if he got injured during the games, the actual games that are taking place. But they haven't even played an exhibition game yet. They are tonight.
He's on the team, though. He was officially on the team, is what I'm saying. I would assume that once you're on the team,
I don't see why he should. I'm not going to raise,
Kane
fuss if he does, but I don't know why he would get a ring or whatever, a medal.
I got no issues if he gets. He was on the team.
I'm not going to raise. But he wasn't on the team for the games.
But he was on the team.
It's not a regular team.
He was on the team. He just got hurt, Chris, or he's not able to play.
I don't know if he got hurt. He just isn't able to play. They're determining it's not in the best interest for him to play. I mean, I'm not going to care one way or the other if he gets a gold medal. I'm just saying I would definitely give a gold medal to a player that got hurt during the games. Once we start. They haven't even started exhibition games.
So let me ask you: if he twisted his leg in practice, would you feel different? Like he got hurt in practice. You still don't think he deserves.
I mean, you don't play like. No, that might be a little different, but I don't. Thankfully, he didn't. But like I said, I'm not gonna care if he does, but I probably would feel a little differently if that happened.
But it did either way. I mean, once you make
so if he doesn't get a gold medal, you're not gonna be ticked off, or you're not gonna think it's a snub.
If he doesn't, yeah, my panties will be in a bunch. If he doesn't.
Oh, okay. So you're good if you get. Yeah, I mean, I'm more good either way. If he does, I'm fine. But I don't think they should feel any obligation to give him one. If they choose to do so, that's cool, and they might. But I don't even know. I mean, I think he would take it. I'm sure he would take it. But are you going to feel great about that gold medal? If you get it, you didn't contribute. I mean, Kawhi is a competitor. You didn't contribute to that gold medal.
Well, I didn't because I couldn't contribute. I was hurt. I was still one of the best players who got picked. So, Chris, let me ask you this. So you're picked for the Dream Team or the Olympic team, and you play 3 minutes mop up.
No, I think if you play, I think once the games start, and you mean not getting hurt.
You don't. Yeah, you're not getting hurt, but you don't play at all. You're on the team.
No, you're on the team. Everybody can't play, but you're on the team, and what you did in practice helped us get better the whole way through. So to me, I mean, maybe they did do it as an honor. Maybe they knew, Rob, they were going to do this. I think if they only had him on the team because they wanted to honor one of the greatest players of this generation, then maybe they knew this was going to be the way it ended.
Chris?
You know what? He won't be able to go, but we want to honor him. He's been a great player. He's a champion. We'll put him on the team. Now, obviously, you don't announce that it's not going to last, but that may have very well been the case, Rob. And maybe he will get a medal because of that.
I really think, Chris, that was the ultimate plan anyway. Because you just said it. Like, are you shocked that, considering, like, even when he was named, you questioned it at that time?
Right.
Like, how is Kawhi on this team?
Well,
think about it.
That might be, you're right. Maybe that is what happened. And if that's the case, I would imagine he definitely gets a gold medal. But, Rob, here's the thing. Even if Kawhi were able to play throughout the Olympics, and they win gold or whatever they, finish. If you're the Clippers, are you feeling good about that? I mean, you're glad your player got to go ahead and win an Olympic gold medal and compete in the Olympics and all that. But clearly, he needs to be low managed. And man, so when's he going to go out now? January? He's got 60 games in him, 70 games in him. So he's not going to make it for us. So like I said, from the get-go. And what do you think about Embiid? Look, I'm not going to huff and puff because he's on the team, but if I'm the Sixers, I'm a little bit like.
But there's nothing that they can do.
The teams can't do anything. But I think that Team USA should talk to these teams. And ultimately, it's going to be the player's decision if he wants to play and all that. But I just think, Rob, that Team USA should take it into consideration. You can't let a team keep its guy out because they just don't want him to risk getting hurt, right? I think that's the spirit of the rule, that we get, these guys playing in the Olympics, high level competition. Anything could happen. A guy could get hurt. We saw it with Paul George. They don't want teams pulling guys out for those reasons. And I get that. Like, he's healthy, he's fully healthy, but you don't want to risk it. But when a guy has an injury history and it's unwavering, like it won't go away, I think you should take that into consideration if you're USA basketball. Because as important as these Olympics are, and gosh, God forbid we lose, the NBA season is more important. And whether you agree with that or not, the NBA teams are the ones paying these guys hundreds of millions of dollars. So they should take that into consideration.
Yeah, I if I'm an owner or I'm a fan, Chris, and I have season tickets, and you have a banged up player who's going to play the Olympics, I'm sorry. Hey, great for America, but you're killing my pocket and my team and my season. I'm just not interested. What is the point of it? Let the college kids go. Let's go back to when the college kids used to go.
Well, we'd be getting stomped.
Okay, all right. That's all
I mean,
right.
I hear you, because even if there aren't stars, like I used to say, Rob, I mean, now if we want to have a chance to win, we have to send like our best guys. But I used to say, and just a few years ago, that I thought what we should do is send our best college-aged players. Like, say our best players 22, even 23 and under. Because I thought one of the reasons we stopped winning, or at least our college kids couldn't win the gold anymore or beat the international teams, was because many of our best college players, still college age, were in the NBA. It's the late 80s. And so, guys were leaving after a year, 2 years, whatever. I said, if you just keep the college age players, even if they're in the NBA, on the team, we could still win. That's not the case now. We couldn't send a 23 and under team, our absolute best 23 and under Americans, and win gold. So now I still think we should send the pros, but I hear you, Rob, because even if you don't send your best players, even if a role player gets hurt, that role player might be making $90 million.
Right. It's a slippery slope. It's tough.
Yeah. Well, you wonder if we start losing like regularly. I mean, we won't know that obviously for years and years and years. But if we start losing regularly, maybe they should just go back to the college kids.
I'm dead serious.
If we're going to lose anyway, don't put these teams in jeopardy that they might lose a player that they're paying $200 million to.
Right. And that people have bought season tickets and all the other stuff that goes with it, Chris. It affects a lot of people.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You're right. And it's not just the teams, it's the fans, too. Yep. I mean, can you imagine, Rob, if, Anthony Edwards gets hurt?
Right.
I mean, obviously the front office, the coaching staff with the Timberwolves will be ticked off, but the fans too. Fans will be upset. So